Welcome back to Crisco's Corner, unfiltered commentary, not your truth, the real truth. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi folks, welcome back from timcast.com. This is huge, folks. This is huge. New filing indicates Clinton paid to infiltrate the White House to discredit Trump. Trump says the filing provides indisputable evidence that my campaign and presidency were spied on by operatives paid by the Hillary Clinton campaign, said Trump. And it's true. It's true.
Biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
Well, there's no real evidence of that.
Of course there is.
No.
It's all over the place. Leslie,
Sir,
they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? You know, this is 60 Minutes, and we can't put on things we can't verify.
You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't put on things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify
It's been totally
that.
verified.
No.
It's been, just go down and get the papers. They spied on my campaign, they got caught.
No.
And then they went much further than that, and they got caught. And you will see that, Leslie, and you know that, but you just don't want to put it on the air.
As a matter of fact, I don't know that.
Okay.
Fox News. Clinton campaign paid to infiltrate Trump Tower. The White House servers to link Trump to Russia, says Special Investigator Durham. Tech Executive 1 and his associates exploited this arrangement by mining the EOP's DNS traffic and other data for the purpose of gathering derogatory information about Donald Trump. All true. A lawyer for the Hillary Clinton campaign is going to be going on trial soon, and it's going to be very interesting on the discovery. Now, here's the problem. The problem is, this is what you're going to hear from CNN, MSNBC, all the lamestream media networks, except maybe for Fox and a few independents, from Twitter, from Facebook, everything else. This is what you're going to hear. Yeah. It's a non-story. People use the example all the time. This is bigger than Watergate. Well, I was around. I was in high school during the Watergate investigation. I remember distinctly what happened. I was young, but I remember, and I've read a lot about it since then. It was a spy network that Republicans, they call it rat blanking in the old days, where you basically screw over your opponents, cancel their fundraisers and their rallies and put bugs in their offices. Back then they called them bugs to spy on them, audio, all kinds of crazy crap. And there was a huge campaign. They used slush funds, so to speak, from Republican donors, the Republican National Committee, and got caught in the Watergate Hotel. Now, reason why Nixon was impeached is because he didn't know about it, but after he found out about it, he tried to cover it up. They're going to cover this up, and nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen.
Biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
Well, there's no real evidence of that.
Of course there is.
No.
It's all over the place. Leslie,
Sir,
they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? You know, this is 60 Minutes, and we can't put on things we can't verify.
You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't put on things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify
It's been totally
that.
verified.
No.
It's been, just go down and get the papers. They spied on my campaign, they got caught.
No.
And then they went much further than that, and they got caught. And you will see that, Leslie, and you know that, but you just don't want to put it on the air.
As a matter of fact, I don't know that.
Okay.
Lawyers for the Clinton campaign paid a technology company to infiltrate servers belonging to Trump Tower and later the White House. People could understand to a certain extent, even though they don't agree with it, to spy on your opponent. He was the president of the United States, for Pete's sake, in order to establish an inference and narrative to bring to government agencies linking Trump to Russia, a filing for Special Counsel John Durham says. It's true. It's absolutely accurate. Indictment against Sussman, that's the lawyer for Clinton campaign, because he told then FBI General Counsel James Baker in September of 2016, less than 2 months before the 2016 presidential election, that he was not doing work for any client. That's a lie. When he requested and held a meeting in which he presented purported data and white papers that alleged demonstrated a covert communications channel between the Trump Organization and Alpha Bank, which has ties to the Kremlin. But Durham's filing in February February 11th in a section titled Factual Background reveals that Sussman had assembled and conveyed the allegations to the FBI on behalf of at least two specific clients, including technology executive and a U.S.-based internet company, and the Clinton campaign. Durham's filing said Sussman's billing records reflect that he repeatedly billed the Clinton campaign for work on his Russia bank. Now, supposedly the story goes, yes, I'm a Clinton lawyer, and these papers just came across my desk, and I was just looking through them and said, oh boy, look at this. Trump's involved with Russia to fix the election. My God, I better show these to the proper authorities. And he did. And ended up going to a FISA court, amongst other things, and they actually spied on a presidential candidate and a sitting president when all of it was lies. All of it. You know, Trump has his own negatives and personal quirks, and maybe even policy positions that you may not like, and there's plenty to argue with, and there's plenty to like too both. This was all set up. It sucks, but nothing's going to happen. Nothing. I don't want to go into the nuts and bolts of this, but Tech Executive 1 tasked these researchers to mine internet data to establish an inference and narrative tying the candidate Trump to Russia. In doing so, Tech Executive 1 indicated he was seeking to please certain VIPs, referring to individuals at law firm number 1 in the Clinton campaign. As we see here from Timcast, the filing from special counsel John Durham says the lawyers for the Hillary Clinton campaign paid a technology company to infiltrate servers belonging to Trump Tower and later the White House in an effort to establish alleged collusion between Donald Trump and Russia. It's incredible. The motion filed February 11th outlines conflict of interest related to the representation of former Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman. Sussman has been charged with making a false statement to a federal agent. He has pleaded not guilty to the charge. The indictment said Sussman told then FBI General Counsel James Baker in 2016 he was not working for a client when he requested and held a meeting presenting data and white papers that allegedly revealed covert communications between Trump Organization and the Kremlin. The section in Durham's filing titled Factual Background indicates that Sussman had assembled and conveyed the allegations to the FBI on behalf of at least two specific clients. He says, no, I just happened to come across them, and I'm just a good citizen. I'm going to turn those in because this is our country and our democracy's at stake. I'm going to say it right out. What a crock of bullshit.
Biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
There's no real evidence of that.
Of course he did it for the Clinton campaign, the Democrats. Duh. Durham's filing states that financial records indicate he repeatedly billed the Clinton campaign for his work on the Russia Bank 1 allegation. Unbelievable. The filing also indicates the Internet Tech Executive and associates exploited with domain name system internet traffic. The filing states that the data was that of a particular healthcare provider, Trump Tower, Donald Trump's Central Park West apartment building, and the executive office of the United States, a sitting U.S. president. Even if you hate Trump's guts, that is way over the line, and nothing will become of it. Nothing. The filing reveals the Sussman and Tech Executive had worked closely with a lawyer serving as general counsel of the Clinton campaign. According to Fox News, the lawyer was Mark Elias and worked at the law firm Perkins Coe. All remember them? President Trump responded to the filing on Saturday, saying the filing provides indisputable evidence that my campaign and presidency were spied on by operatives paid by the Hillary campaign in an effort to develop a completely fabricated connection to Russia. Former chief investigator of the Trump-Russia probe for the House Intelligence Committee, Kash Patel, said the filing definitely shows the Clinton campaign directly funded and ordered its lawyers at Perkins Coe to orchestrate a criminal enterprise to fabricate a connection between Trump and Russia. The anti-Trump dossier, authored by Christopher Steele, commissioned by opposition research firm Fusion DPS, was funded by the Democrat National Committee and Hillary Clinton's campaign, Elias law firm Perkins Coe. And that's exactly what it is right here. And that's where it is. And nothing will happen. Oh, they might throw one or two people under the bus, fine him a whole bunch of money, which he'll get paid under the table for. Maybe put him on probation. Maybe temporarily suspend his law license. Who knows? I doubt if he even go that far. And nothing will happen. Why? Because it's Trump. It's Trump. I used to be a local elected official back in the early 2000s here in upstate New York as a Democrat. I left the party years ago. I'm now a Republican. I'm not saying that both sides are perfect, but here's the part that's really, truly going to be the sick part of all of this. The mainstream Republican Party, the rank and file Republicans, I mean in the House, in the Senate, in the RNC, will do nothing. Nothing. Oh, they'll pound their chest and bloviate a little bit about this and that, but they will do nothing. They're just as guilty. That's why the Republican Party needs to be reformed immediately if it is to survive. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.